waypoint has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Out here on a very early flight. Sun just came up a little while ago. 7:30 Sunday morning. Not too many people up to bother. And I crashed. And I don't know what happened.
(354 feet altitude, 3,885 feet distance, 22 miles per hour, 67% battery. Warning, disconnected.
I want to bring it back home because I wasn't comfortable with the altitude. Here we go again. Fucking anxiety.
Percent battery.
Going on an auto mission. Not too far. 10 minutes, waypoint. Gonna fly around the golf course pond and back. What the hell is this thing doing?
229 feet altitude, 68 feet distance, 2 miles per hour, 98% battery.
Might be too windy. Yeah, it's stuck in the wind. It ain't going nowhere.
Mission ended.
Oh, we'll fly around here again. Yeah, that thing was just sitting in the wind. It wasn't going nowhere.
230 feet altitude, 166 feet distance, 0 miles per hour, 95% battery.
Well, I might as well go looking for deer then. These Mavic Pros are really weak in the wind.
66% battery.
Uh-oh. fucking crashed. After being missing in action for 2.5 months, I found the drone today, and it's not in good shape. Camera makes my hand look red. So, the camera itself is holding on by a thread. Battery's cooked. It was 80% charged when it went down, so it popped out. It was next to the drone. The one landing pause missing. It's pretty dirty. I found it about 15 feet away from the creek where I thought it went into the creek, and it was pretty much drilled into the ground like this. And the legs are folded back, and it was halfway covered in leaves, so it really hit the ground hard. It could have hit a tree on the way down too. When I recovered the video card from the drone, I got a better idea of the crash. A lot of people thought maybe a hawk hit it, but I didn't see any evidence of any kind of hawks in the area. There was nothing there. There's no scratches on it that a bird would have caused. I think what happened was plain and simple. This one prop just broke off in flight. And these are stock too. This thing was only like maybe 6 weeks old, and everything was original. So, but sending it back into DJI. They said they couldn't do anything for me unless I recovered it, and probably spent 6 hours total in the woods trying to find it. The last known GPS position was over a creek, and it certainly appeared that it may have went into the creek. I bought a pair of waders, and I was walking through the creek for about an hour and a half, 2 hours today with a GoPro camera. I was sticking under the water. Didn't see it. Then I just kind of hovered around in the area where the GPS said, and as I said, I found it about 15-20 feet away. The GPS had it located in the middle of the creek in a really deep part, and luckily for me, it didn't go in the water, because in certain spots the current is really strong, and it could have easily washed down the creek into the freaking river. And the water, strong current, so luckily it was on the ground, but it took a beating. And I reopened the request. Now they said they can do check the data on the motherboard to see what happened to it. So happy ending to a certain extent. Hopefully DJI will honor the warranty, because it literally fell out of the sky. I actually had some video too of where I found it, but I booped it when I was copying it over to my computer. I lost it somehow. I don't know how, but anyways, home sweet home. Alright, this is my Mavic Pro. Little video after the crash to basically keep update everybody on what happened and the progress. So what happened is, I think it was February 12th. I was flying over a hayfield where I live out here in the woods, and in the sticks, I mean. And apparently a prop broke. It was a stock prop. The drone was only 6 weeks old, so it spun out of the sky, hit the ground at about 40 miles an hour, nose first. I found it like that in a soft pile, a little pile of leaves with mostly sort of hard ground, but not too bad. And there was quite a bit of visible damage. The battery had popped out, which was a good thing because it was charged at 80% when it went down. But the camera was completely smashed up. It's all broken. And then the gimbal mount is also broken. Part of it broke right off. So we had 1, 2. Also, this is the compass, and it's okay, but it did pop off the screw hole, and it seats back in there, and it was loose. So I'm just going to glue that. I'm not going to worry about that. And also, I noticed there's a grill in here. You can see it. There it is. That was bent in, and then I was testing it, just like I just powered it up and put it on the app. Excuse me. And I felt the bottom of it getting really hot, and so I took a little screwdriver and I got it inside the fan, and I was spinning it, and it would barely move. So I took it apart. I found it had a piece broken out of it, so that got compressed when it hit the ground. There's a piece of broken fan right there. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, front landing arm broke. There's an antenna in there. So, and also this is the GPS module. It wasn't damaged, but it was really corroded. This thing went down in the middle of February. We had 3 nor'easters in a row. So basically it was under the snow for about 6 weeks. And after about 10 hours of searching, I finally found it. And sent it into DJI, hopefully thinking that they might repair. But of course they wouldn't, because I was using the Lecce app at the time. So there was no no flight record or data to sync. even though it was only 6 weeks old, and only maybe about not even 2 hours of flight time on it. So the GPS module sits in here under the logo. So I just basically, I got some isopropyl alcohol and scrubbed it up really good. Did the same thing to the motherboard. Cleaned it all up. Everything looks pretty good, and actually these are a lot easier to work on than I thought. So I ordered parts mostly from China and waiting for them to arrive, but I got the front landing foot there, and that was about $6. This fan I got in the US, it was $14, kind of high. The gimbal mount, that was about $12. And I got another camera, a total camera unit, for about $64 from China, it's a site that sells pulled parts, and it's supposed to be guaranteed, blah blah blah. So I ordered that for about $65. So for less than $100, I'm able to do a full repair, I hope. Motors are fine, not damaged whatsoever. And the only error that I got when I was testing was just the compass area, but I kind of expected that. That's an easy fix, but that's the compass. And that's the GPS. And everything else is on the main board. And it's actually surprisingly easy to work on. Once you just have to remember, there's for security, they put some kind of epoxy on some of the screws, and you can't put your screwdriver in because they're like set screws. So you just gotta pop them out with something. I used an X-Acto knife, and other than that, so it's not like I gotta worry about voiding the warranty, because they basically sent it back. And they did give me a bill they sent me a bill, an email, for $560, and they were kind enough to offer me a $235 discount. So that was included in the $560. And I said, you know what? How about no? I'm not paying that. Send it back. So they paid the shipping in, they paid the shipping out, told me they wouldn't fix it. So I was like, fine, I'll fix it myself. No big deal. So that's where I am right now. As soon as I get the parts and put everything in, I'll keep you updated on what's happening. But using an Osmo, this thing is a little tricky for me anyway. Yeah, so I'll be back when I get the parts.